Hey everybody, I'm Norris. It's February 19th. It's Friday, almost done with February. And investors, have you been getting phone calls from your lender just randomly wanting to lower your rate? That and much more as we cover the biggest headlines in real estate. Builders just can't make up their minds as builder confidence fell 3 points this month, and it keeps going back and forth. The National Association of Home Builders also reported a 3.8% decrease in housing starts in January nationwide. That could be because of weather. We'll have to see how spring makes out next couple months. Mortgage default rates remain flat, and the mortgage delinquencies fell to 4.77% according to the Mortgage Bankers Association. And Freddie Mac reported rates. 30-year rates are now at 3.65%, and 15-year rates are at 2.95%. 10X, formerly known as Auction.com, is partnering with the Commercial Investment Member Institute, also known as CCIM. Auction.com has already transacted around $14 billion in the commercial space, and this partnership aims at educating the CCIM members on how they can be leveraging the online space and technology to transact more in the years ahead. On our blog, we'll go ahead and link to the interview we did with Rick Sharga about 10X back in January. Ed Delgado, the president of the Five Star Institute, met with HUD Secretary Julian Castro to discuss the need for better identifying abandoned and vacant properties nationwide and then expediting the foreclosure process. This seems a little late to the party, but the article says some 37% of foreclosures nationwide are still vacant, although, as I mentioned, those numbers are seriously down. It's not like the government hasn't been involved in this. I mean, the remaining HARP funds have been used to tear down houses in many of the hard-hit areas like Detroit, so they've been addressing this in different ways, so this is random. I guess I'm surprised to see this article at all. Castro is, of course, rumored to be in the top running for a Clinton running mate if she is selected as the Democratic delegate, but I haven't seen housing mentioned at all in the debates thus far, so let's see if maybe some of these kind of stories make some traction in the months ahead. Mel Watts, the director of FHFA, chatted with the Bipartisan Policy Center discussing the long-term effects of conservatorship of the GSEs and the need for more financial reform. Yay, more! On the main points he was discussing was the current structure and how all the profits go to the Treasury Department, who doesn't allow the GSEs to build capital back up. His complaint is that without being able to build capital reserves, if there's any market distress, they're going to have to borrow money again from the Treasury. Watts said confidence in the GSEs is just absolutely critical, and if it dries up, that will severely have bad ramifications to the market in the credit department. And let's be honest, they've been the biggest game in town for many number of years, slowly waiting for the private sector to catch back up. Kyle Bass of Heyman Capital published a website called UDFexposed.com in the fall of 2015. The site created a number of posts and a report that claimed that United Development Funding, or UDF, which offers publicly and non-publicly traded investments in the Texas area, and most of these investments are loans to real estate developers and builders. But Bass claims that this whole structure exhibits sign of a Ponzi scheme. In essence, it was raising money in different offerings to pay returns of original offerings, and we're not talking a small number here. There's been, I think, 5 different funds, somewhere around $1.3 billion, and there's something like 12,000 brokers and registered investment advisors that may be tied up in this, so it could be a real mess. Well, the SEC has been investigating since 2014, not sure what's taking so long, and lawsuits are starting to pop up, and unfortunately this week the FBI is now involved and has raided the company. UDF claims, of course, that Bass's information is false and misleading, and Bass has plenty to gain as he is, of course, shorted the company. So the question is, are there any other bad players in the REIT space? And is the SEC as the SEC and the FBI starts digging deep into this, are they going to come up with more bad players and possibly look to regulate the space even more? We don't really need any more bad news in the real estate space, so I'm hoping this doesn't get bad. All right, real estate investors, I randomly got a phone call this last week from my lender just randomly wanting to pay for me to get a 1% decrease in my loan rates on my rentals. Have you been hearing this? Have you been getting random phone calls? I don't know why this would be. If you have any information on why this would be, I'm going through the process. I'm going to check it out. I would love to hear why you think banks would even do something like that. But they've done it on several of my loans, and I could be in the 4 range on some of my rentals, which would be awesome. If you're on YouTube, please leave your comments below the video, and don't forget to like and subscribe. If you're on Facebook, leave a comment below the video, and don't forget to like our Facebook page at the Norris Group. And if you're on either platform, please link to stories that I might have missed. We'll put it on the blog. For more headlines, you can always find them at thenorrisgroup.com/blog. Up on the radio show, it's me this week. Actually, me and Michael Quarles. He is the owner of yellowletters.com, and we get to talk all kinds of nerdiness when it comes to real estate investors using direct mail. I've wanted to interview him again since last year. We talk about mailer designs, the mailing process, we get into systems. It's going to be 2 weeks, and of course we never get to finish anything. But for subscribers out there, I am going to be sending a survey out next week. We're going to do a one-on-one with him for probably about an hour about different systems. It's not just about getting people to call, it's also getting them through the process to actually lead to a sale. You can waste a ton of cash on direct mail. Hate to see you do that, but let's do it right and make sure as we get them into the pipeline, we can close those deals. March 9th, we are back on the road. We're going to be in Sacramento doing Stay Put, Cash Out, or Change Seats with NorCal Rehab. Then back the next day in Orange County, one of the last times in Orange County until much later this year, doing the same talk, so don't miss that with OC Rehab. And then we're going to head back on the 19th to Cashing In on a Boom. This is similar to the session we did in Southern California just a couple weekends ago that sold out. But in this course, it's tailored to Northern California, and so the timing piece is a little bit more NorCal focused. So hopefully we'll get to see several of you up in the Sacramento area there. And then March 22nd, we'll be doing Stay Put, Cash Out, or Change Seats at the Women's Investment Network Phoebe in the Los Angeles area. For more information on hard money loans, including fix and flip, buy and hold, and new construction starting at just, wow, 6.9%, check out thenorrisgroup.com. And if you're wanting more information on passive investing with trust deeds, check out tngtrustdeeds.com. We'd love to work with you. And if you're looking to get into real estate investing and don't know where to start, we are currently offering a free one-on-one with me. You answer 4 simple questions and schedule your one-on-one, and I'm going to help you pinpoint the strategies in this market in California that is best suited for you and your current position. If you go to thenorrisgroup.com, on the very front page, you're going to see the scrolling banner. Check out the investor roadmap and start there, and maybe I can talk to you in the next couple weeks. With that, have a fantastic weekend, and we'll see you next week.